for the day. I am wearing my cardigans and leggings from Cato's in that blouse I got at the clothing swap the other day. I love the way these colors all blend together. Looks like they were bought for each other. Alrighty, well today is Sample Saturday and I've got a little something off the wall really for you guys today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Sample Saturday. Today we are going to make something that I have always insisted we don't need, which is a fat bomb. But I ran into a situation the other day where I did need one. I had salad for lunch and came home intending to have a more protein fat-based dinner. Well, the ingredients that I thought I had were no longer in the refrigerator, so I ended up having to have another chicken salad with egg on it. So at that point, I had used up all my carbs, a little over, and had used up all my protein and was over on that by 19 grams. So all I had left for the day was fat and a whole lot of calories, which I thought I was fine. Well, come later on in the evening, I started to feel very, very hungry. And I had my cup of coffee, and it didn't help. I mean, I was hungry. And I was like, well, I could reach for more carb and protein, or I could try one of these fat bombs. So I had seen at the grocery store a candy bar that was 60% cocoa, but it had the ground up cocoa nibs in it. And I had made me a cup of Crio Bru. So I had 2 tablespoons of cocoa nibs. So I thought, I'm going to use those and I'm going to make me a fat bomb. So this morning I brewed some Crio Bru here so that I could use the nibs to make this fat bomb for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and strain these nibs off, and I will drink this Crio Bru here in just a bit. Oh, that smell. It smells so good. But in here, okay, in this container here, I have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of Kerrygold butter. And then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of the PB Fit. And then I'm going to put in 2 packets of stevia. Now, I use the Sweet Additions in the packets. This box right here. Now, this is from Aldi, and it is, let's get it in the camera here. Is it going first? There you go. It is erythritol stevia extract and natural flavors. Now, in the bag that Aldi's has, I had bought in that. I do not use it. My boys use it to make sweet tea out of that. It has, let's see if you can see it, maltodextrin. So, same company, same brand, different ingredients. So pay attention to that. But let's stir this up. Get that peanut butter all incorporated in that olive oil and butter. And you guys, if you saw my video where I used the peanut butter fit for the first time, it does get pretty firm on its own. So mixed with this coconut oil, and once I put this in the refrigerator, these firm up pretty good. Now you do have to keep them stored in the refrigerator, and eat them pretty quickly once you pull them out because they melt right in your fingers very, very quickly. Okay, so that's all stirred up. Go ahead and put in my 2 packets of stevia. Now, I'm not sure about using a liquid stevia. I don't know how well it would mix and re-solidify, with the rest of the ingredients. Haven't tried it. I had the packet, so that's just what I used. So I'm not sure about that. Okay, so that looks pretty incorporated to me. And y'all notice I got a spoon today. I didn't have to walk away and go pick it up. Okay, those seem like they're pretty drained. Alrighty. Back this up out of my way. Now this only is 2 tablespoons of nibs, but they sort of swell. So it's going to look like more, but they were measured. And there we go. Now, I poured into this silicone mold just because I happen to have it. If you don't, you can just pour it into the bottom of a flat dish. Let it firm up and then cut them. You don't have to have one of these candy molds if you don't have it. Or put it in an ice cube tray. That would work too. But, okay, this is... If I would have been a little better at measuring, we would have gotten 9 perfect little cups. But this one's gonna be a little shy. We'll just keep robbing from Peter to pay Paul over here, and we'll get him filled up. Oh, yeah, he's filling up. Alrighty, guys, I am going to let these firm up in the fridge, and I'll get back with you in about a half hour. I'm going to leave them sit that long. I'm sure they wouldn't take that long, but let's give them a half hour in the fridge, and I'm going to get making on my Crio Bru. See you in a sec. Alrighty, guys, it's been a half hour, and I think they're ready. So let's pop them out of the molds here. Oh, yeah, they look good. Now, while I was making these, my husband was listening in the background. And he asked me after I stopped recording, he said, why didn't you just use the cocoa nibs out of the bag? He said, wouldn't that have been better? But the whole point of me with those cocoa nibs was I didn't like the idea of all those nibs going to waste. And I would try to brew them twice and all that stuff. And I thought, it feels like the healthy part of the nib I'm actually just throwing away. So when I seen that candy bar at the grocery store, it had entered my mind that, boy, if I did fat bombs, that would be a good use of those leftover nibs. I could strain them really well and put them into a fat bomb. So the idea had actually entered my head when I was at Respecs to try this. But, boy, those came out perfect. Okay, so what we're looking at here is for each one of these is 42 calories, 9 fat, 1 carb, a little less 1 carb, but we're going to round up, 1 carb and 1 protein. So I would probably eat 2 at a time. That's what I ate the other night. I made these and I had 2, and they were very good. And it did curb that hunger and carried me till morning. So I don't know. It was pretty good for me. I liked it. I'll have them in here, and I'm going to keep them in the freezer for any other time I run into trouble. If there's something quick to grab that is pretty much perfect ratios and fits my macros. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to get on to work. You have a great day. Blessings.